problem. Yeah, hopefully he does it again tonight. So, we'll see. No, he's been doing pretty good. I got faith in him.
Thank you.
No problem.
And we are back for this jam-packed Thanksgiving Eve feast of the Suffolk County High School League on LI Sports Network. And we are just a minute or so away from warm-ups concluding as we get set for our first of two big varsity matchups tonight, with the first being a rematch of an absolute thriller. With the first being a rematch of September's overtime thriller between the Middle Country Cougars and the Connetquot Sayville Bayport Blue Point Thunderbirds. Michael Andrew here, back to bring you the action as always. John Lavecchia right beside me to the left, and in the spirit of it being a long vacation for those in school, we should be anticipating a good crowd on hand for these two teams clashing once again in head-to-head play this season. And as I mentioned before, that night was a goaltending performance unlike any other at the varsity level this season for Long Island Edge product Michael Sittler. The man literally standing on his head, stretching out, using every part of his body to keep the Cougars in contention. He did it all that night. He made one, and furthermore made one of the most amazing saves out of all the levels of high school hockey play in Suffolk this year. But that amazing performance would not carry the Cougars to a victory, unfortunately, as they fell to Connetquot Sayville, who you see pictured right there getting their warm-ups in, and the man that picked up the game winner, the captain, Matteo Marchese, who at the moment doesn't appear to be on the ice. So if you're on Middle Country, that is definitely a sigh of relief, as anytime Marchese is on the back end for Connetquot Sayville, it always tends to be trouble for whoever is going up against the T-Birds. But make no mistake, this T-Birds team plays very well even without their leading captain, as names like Jack Mercado and Brent Burde control the points, where they have had quite the success over their high school playing days these last couple of seasons. Warm-ups have ended, and we'll be ready to drop the puck in a few moments right here on LI Sports Network. two teams congregating in front of their respective benches one last time as this matchup is about to begin. Middle Country entering this contest with a record of 2-9, currently sitting in 9th place after being surpassed by the West Islip Lions for a very good reason and a very important reason, as the Lions upstaged the Tigers on Sunday with an upset victory by a final of 3-2. While Connetquot Sayville enters this battle with a record of 6-5, sitting 5th place in the standings. And this matchup will begin with a face-off draw between Ethan Birdie of the Thunderbirds and Luke Hoffler of the Cougars. This matchup is underway as the Long Island Goals product tries to make an immediate impact as the Cougars enter the zone. In goal for the Thunderbirds, the Long Island Royals product, Jack Keel. Brother Logan in the lineup, looking to grab a hold of his second goal of the season, as he has only registered one so far in his debut year for Connetquot Sayville. A quick line change is made for both of these squads. And there is a dangerous sight for Connetquot Sayville, or a dangerous sight for Middle Country, as they try to hold off that deadly trio of Ryan Fleischauer, Logan Keel, and Matthew Campanola. Here's Keel being hounded there by Whitbeck. Logan Keel busting in, trying to keep it under control, and he takes a hard shot there to the boards by Dion. But Keel, with his heavy stature, was able to absorb the hits. Did not faze him one bit. As this one gets spiked around, turned over in the zone. Whitbeck plays this one softly down low. Whitbeck pinned up against the boards by DeLucci. Esposito trying to cover up some grounds. Making his first appearance in the varsity lineup. The JV forward, Esposito. Ryan Fleischauer. That shot turned aside by Michael Sittler, who once again starts in goal for the Cougars, opposite of the Thunderbirds, as this one just misses the outside. Here's Asmoon, Aiden Asmoon. Plenty of highlights to look back on for him this season. One of them that light the spark. Huge body check there by Jonathan Robertson. He absolutely wrecked his opponents for the first big hit of the night. And there he is again, throwing the hammer, Jonathan Robertson. As Birdie, there's a drive from the top, goal on, as a man was positioned in front and almost deflected it home. Trying to get an idea of who that was, and it was the Long Island Royals product, Asmoon. Here comes Brent Birdie, entering the zone with a chance, and it's stopped by Sittler. Danny John. He'll be in the contest tonight. By clear evidence there. Back to collect DeLucci. Matthew Campanola. It's the Cougars able to eliminate a breakdown there that would have provided a chance for the Thunderbirds as they come roaring back in, using their physical presence to try to get a hold of the possession. Andrew Snyder getting taken to task. He'll be one to look for tonight. He's got an aggressive demeanor, and he showed it these last 2 seasons so far at the JV level. We'll see what he's got in store for tonight. The same can be said for that man at the top, the captain of the JV Thunderbird squad, Esposito. DeLucci flips it across. The feed too aggressive there, and it prevents Matthew Campanola from capitalizing as he got dumped to the ice by Lloyd. Middle Country in the middle of a line change as Ryan Fleischauer and the Thunderbirds make their way back in the zone. Around the wall it goes. Here's Campanola. DeLucci at the point. Couldn't step that one ahead to some 40. Cougars able to prevail, but sent in too deep. Icing signaled and called. That's a dangerous trio that can make an argument for themselves for Middle Country. Brandon Schuerman, Luke Hoffler, and David O'Brien, a St. Anthony's High School native, but playing for the Middle Country Cougars. And here comes Hoffler. Can't evade pressure there, but the Cougars keep their presence felt, and the drive is stopped in front by Kiel off the drive from the points from Kolb. And I mean it, there is a large crowd on hand for the Middle Country side, at least. A good showing can be said for the Thunderbirds, as they have a good number of supporters in the stands watching from above as well. Andrew Lightby back to recollect as he had a hard charging Sean Connolly in his rear view mirror. O'Brien plays it across, and Kolb will pick it up. He connects with Lightby. Lightby re-engaging. Lightby trying to work past Mercado, sent it in front and almost connected there for the Cougars. O'Brien, toss on net, swallowed up in the glove, but played carefully by Kiel as Mercado and the Thunderbirds come busting in back with speed. Mercado around the goal, wraparound try, wouldn't succeed there. Kiel, Thunderbirds able to stand their ground, and Matthew Campanola got knocked down to the ice a second time tonight. Campanola being put in the gauntlet right now. And there's a big body collision between Scott Whitbeck and Logan Kiel. Fortunately for both players, they stayed on their feet. The hits keep on coming. Here's Kiel, able to almost get by Whitbeck. Those two still battling hard. As this one gets sent around the wall. Fleischauer looking to locate it. Fleischauer able to get it to Kiel. Kiel with a shot. Save made Sittler, and he holds up. Michael Sittler, in his 6th start of the season for the Cougars. Trying to pick up a much-needed bounce-back victory that could put Middle Country back in that final 8th playoff position. The loss on Monday to East Islip, despite it not being by a large margin, did not help the Cougars' cause as they fell back to a familiar position where they currently stand, which is just on the outside of the top 8. Another big body blow inside the zone. The physicality reaching new heights as the minutes go by here in the first. Sent in front, going to be connected there by Gray as Esposito chips this one around the wall. Martin down low. Treco feeds it back, but the feed inadvertently knocks the Thunderbirds all the way back in their zone. Mercado recollecting in a hurry. Jack Mercado flipping and trying to dip and dive through pressure. Mercado hounding it away from Dion, almost connecting there with Birdie. Jun with the keep. Flips this one in front, but can't connect with Snyder in time. Nice play there. This one couldn't be sent ahead that time by Golod. Brandon Schuerman staying hot on the attack as Danny Jun played that one rather lackadaisically. Schuerman picks up the possession. Couldn't feed it back to the point in time to Robertson. Connolly can't twist that one on nets. He was held up there by Wipey. Another chance, Snyder just sent it over the goal. Schuerman taking over again. Hoffler in tow. Luke Hoffler fires, save, Keel, rebound, and he pounces on it to stop play. Jack Keel. Making his return in goal tonight for the Thunderbirds. His 3rd start of the season for head coach George Vadyak. We'll have a redo. Five and a half remain in the first. Hoffler, Wipey at the top. Looked like he was going to send it across to Robertson, but thought otherwise. Back the other way, Fleischauer. Keel will have to try to locate it from Robertson, and Robertson able to fend him off. Jonathan Robertson, who already has 2 hits in this contest and made a lot of noise. Luke Hoffler trying to create some noise on the offense. Coming into the picture now, Schuerman working to settle things as he's played back to Robertson. Robertson at the point, chipped in front but intercepted by Campanola. He connects almost with Fleischauer, but here comes Keel, staying with it. Flips it across in front, and it can't be batted home that time by Jun. Danny Jun couldn't navigate through pressure there. Here's a chance the other way. 2-on-1, possibly for the Cougars. David O'Brien, save made by Keel, and play is stopped. Thomas Howard to take the draw against Zachary Martin. Martin aiming to pick up his 2nd goal in 2 games. Another aggressive shot is stopped by Keel. So a different sight for the Cougars. As the last time they faced the Thunderbirds, it was Noah Tolakowski, the senior tendir in net. Where tonight it's Jack Keel, the former Pat Med product, who is going to have his hands full with a very determined Middle Country team. And a big body check is laid, but getting the worst of that was Middle Country's number 81, Jaden Party. He bounced off the man he hit, and here comes Devin Quinones, end-to-end rush, and he's stopped by the Thunderbirds. And they come storming back ahead. Martin on that pad save, rebound. Gray can't get a hold of it, arm up in the air, and this is going to be the first penalty of the night. It's going against Middle Country. Interference to Scott Whitbeck. First time tonight, Connetquot Sayville activates the power play unit. Looking for their 8th power play goal, and it's not found there as Sittler makes the stop and Hoffler sends it in deeper for a clear. Three players on the Thunderbirds are tied for the most power play goals, with those three each scoring 2 apiece on the man advantage. One player not in the lineup currently tonight out of those three, and it's the captain, as Jung controls it at the top. The other 2 are currently on the ice. Fleischauer, actually the other one is not on the ice, but he's on the bench, but make no mistake, he'll be on the ice at some point for this power play trip. Campanola and Fleischauer. Fleischauer has it right there. Ryan Fleischauer, pad save, Sittler. Danny Jung walks in, can't drive that one home. Another chance at the top. Mercado through traffic, deflected wide. It gets chipped away by the Cougars. 40 seconds remaining on the man advantage for the Thunderbirds. Connolly leads it ahead, just misconnecting. And there's a save made by Sittler. Another one accounted for by the Cougars netminder on this latest sequence, as this one got bounced off the blocker. Sittler, and then Forty takes a heavy run in the end boards at one of the Cougars, and that's going to cost Connetquot Sayville with a penalty, roughing the call against Tom Forty, the senior forward. As the Thunderbirds were about to finish their first trip on the power play, and now they have rewarded Middle Country with their first man advantage of the night. So it's 4-on-4 for the final 5 seconds, and play stops quickly. Robertson at the top, through traffic, and it gets pushed aside there by Keel. Middle Country aiming for their 5th power play goal this season. Tied with Smithtown Hauppauge for the 2nd lowest power play goals this year with 4. A minute and a half remaining on the power play. 50 seconds remaining in the first. Save made by Keel, and he holds up. Round of applause for Jack Keel. Luke Hoffler, the team leading points getter, is also the man that holds the most power play goals for the Cougars with 2. As this one gets wafted out of the zone by Fleischauer, and trying to chase this one down is Ethan Birdie. Takes Robertson to task. Here comes Schuerman. Couldn't switch gears and bust ahead as this one gets turned over in the neutral zone. Schuerman has it again, plays it off the boards. Whitbeck. Robertson chips this one in deep. Robertson on the hunt. Looked for the big hit on Birdie. Man the trailer, Whitbeck picked off by Fleischauer. And he'll dump it in softly, and this should eliminate all the time left in the first period, but there will be about half a minute left on the man advantage for the Thunderbirds as we head to the second, tied up. 0-0 the score. Second period about to start as we await for a goal scorer to send this crowd into a frenzy. Middle Country struck first the last time these two teams met. Dion at the top. Connor Dion, the Long Island Whalers product, shatters his stick, and the rebound is blocked in front. Immediately, though, Dion went to the bench and grabbed a new stick. An expensive lumber lays wasteless on the ice. Lays wasted on the ice. And now Ryan Fleischauer tries to dance his way to a goal, and it's sent wide. Dion with a new stick intact, slams on the brakes as Asmoon makes his way in the zone with a chance, and it's over the net. Devin Quinones. Hard check there laid by one of the Cougars on the JV captain Esposito. This one just misses the pad of Keel. Quinones chips it towards the net. Thomas Howard trying to send it back in front. Dishes it back to the point. Quinones, this one just misses. But deflection in front of the rebound couldn't be poked away by Keel. Keel, and another chance denied. Rebound, scramble, whip back, blocked. Another chance, another cover up. Keel holding his own for now. Here's Whitbeck. Save made by Keel. Here comes Mercado. Jack Mercado. Gaining the zone, gaining the chance. Pad save, Sittler. The first big stop of the night that either of these goaltenders have made so far. Robertson. Over it goes. Here's Connolly. He'll slap this one back in deep. McGee trying to take a hold of the opportunity as Mercado keeps on chugging with a chance. It gets fended off the glove of Sittler. Chun looking to feed it back to the point. Chun. He swarms there as he has help from Trecco. There's Connolly at the top. Connolly through traffic. Saves Sittler, and he holds up. Head coach George Badyak looks on as his team despite the absence of their captain, they have performed all right for the time being. Blue Koffler, Curl and Dragman over, score! David O'Brien cashes in, and it's 1-0 Middle Country. The Middle Country Cougars have cracked the scoreboard first in back-to-back head-to-head matchups with the Thunderbirds. And one could say the emptiness on the defense, the empty presence of Marchese and Vadyak for the Thunderbirds has affected this team, and it's starting to show. Rebound in front, Golod almost, or pardon me, Lloyd almost putting it home as he had Golod there as well in front. Keel back on the attack. Keel trying to counteract. He's held up there by Kolb. Fleischauer in close quarters. John at the top, feeds it across. Mercado slides it down low. Campanola, his superstar travel line on the ice for the T-Birds. Fleischauer. Here's Keel again, Logan Keel. Sauces it back to the point. Mercado trying to juke his way to an opportunity, gets turned over yet again to the Cougars. Trying to use every ounce of energy possible in his body, but getting to it to no avail was Lloyd. He stays on the ice, looking for a big moment, just as he did back in the first head-to-head matchup when he scored the first goal for Middle Country. It came in the first period. That's the only difference in this matchup compared to the last one. Is first goal in this contest comes to the second, and they're almost doing everything they can here to make sure that that's not all they get. Dion from the top, just pushed aside off the stick of Keel. Wipey flips this one down low. Center range chance wouldn't go as this one gets flopped out of the zone. Fleischauer chasing it down. It will not reach the end boards, and Dion drives Ryan Fleischauer into the glass, but Dion got the worst of it, actually. Bounced off Fleischauer. Here's a chance. Whitbeck save made. Rebound popped loose in front, and it couldn't be pounded home by the Cougars. Whitbeck. Now the Thunderbirds looking to answer the other way. Snyder flips this one towards the net. It's pushed aside by Sittler. DeLucci from the top. This one ricochets off of Lipey's stick. There's the Cougars able to prevail there, and it's pushed ahead. Scott Whitbeck re-engaging, charges to the goal. Big lunging play by Jack Keel to deny the chance for Whitbeck. Whitbeck looking for redemption. Pad save, Keel. Multiple chances thwarted off by the Long Island Royals product. Robertson takes aim for the Cougars. Robertson drilled from behind there by Birdie, but no call. Quinones in front. Howard, wraparound shot, and it just squeaks across in front. Another chance, far side. Howard from distance just sent it wide. Quinones at the top. Another chance, pad save, Keel. Quinones, tightrope in the blue line as he was able to keep it in the zone. Howard drops it between his legs. Can't connect with Hoffler. Schurman, still aggressive, but the aggressiveness of Schurman cannot provide the Cougars with a chance as this one gets lofted in the glove of Keel. How about that? A 2-for-1 special by Jack Keel in that latest sequence, as that one almost got poked home that time by the Cougars. And actually, we're getting a penalty as, by clear evidence, David O'Brien is sent to the box and he wants a further explanation as to why. But obviously it's not going to change the ruling one bit, and this will be the second power play of the night for the Thunderbirds after being unsuccessful the first time around. As they try to tie things up here in the second. Campanola, Fleischauer, John, Mercado, and Keel representing this deadly power play unit. Mercado, John, Danny John, couldn't step into one there. Plays it off the boards, John. Twisting away from Dion, feeding it over to Fleischauer, but he couldn't connect there. Play back out in front, Cougars trying to escape, and now they do get a clear out of it. Keel coming together with Schurman, Logan Keel. Big body presence for the T-Birds. The Long Island Goals product. Keel with Campanola. Keel still at it. Fleischauer looking for room to feed it to someone. He got it to Mercado. Mercado fires, save made, rebound in the front, pushed aside and further cleared out Logan Keel with a big chance. Middle Country with a big save. And Asmoon has Dion charging ahead. Aiden Asmoon, Connor Dion aggressively slapping his stick on the ice, frustratingly looking for the possession as Fleischauer and the Thunderbirds have a chance the other way. Dion comes back in time to nullify Mercado's scoring chance. Thunderbirds down to their final 15 seconds on the man advantage. Whitbeck back in the zone. Scott Whitbeck crossing over to the other side. Whitbeck retreating and twisting this one back in for a final clear that will eliminate all the time on the Thunderbirds' power play. Hard check, but Scott Whitbeck got the worst of it from Mercado. Fleischauer, glove save. Michael Sittler, and he shall hold on to that one. Four and a half remaining here in the second period. 1-0 the score. Off the draw. DeLucci sends it over. Birdie from the top. Can't get that one to go. Connolly bouncing off a body. That was Golod. Golod still after Connolly as Asmoon gets it ahead but can't connect with that as icing is called. Another draw here. Another block off the hand of Sittler. Birdie. Centering feed in front. And this one gets forced wide as Middle Country attempts to stave off the Thunderbirds in this latest sequence. Centering chance. Almost stuffed home there by Snyder. Birdie trying to locate it from Robertson as Connolly can't do anything there, and Asmoon tries to escape from the zone. Here he comes. Aiden Asmoon feeds it ahead, and Golod trying to keep it under his control. Golod under heavy pressure in the zone, spins it across, in front, another chance, score! Two-0 Cougars. Jaden Paridi, second goal of the year, and it's the second goal of the night for Middle Country, who comes in looking for a third. Jack Keel said no. Schuerman, Campanola. Back to his feet, hold from the top. Glove through traffic by Keel. Schuerman. Controlling. Schuerman. Putting the moves on Mercado. Quinones from the top. Just redirected wide. Kolb. Hoffler. Schuerman. Position down low. O'Brien scored the first goal of the night. Hoffler controlling. Trying to twist away from Mercado. Kolb in front. O'Brien fires, save. Keel. Middle Country relentless, but they cannot keep it in the zone. Cougars have to pull back. Keel knocked down by David O'Brien. O'Brien feeds it in front. Hoffler almost finishing strong there. That one nearly ending in disaster for the Thunderbirds. And it started with O'Brien knocking Keel off the puck. Here comes Danny Jun. Jun kicks it to his skate and now gets it onto the stick of Fleischauer. Fleischauer tried to get it over to Jun as this one gets played ahead. Devin Quinones can't get it across. Quinones staying hot on the attack. In front, Whitbeck almost getting a hold of it. Hard check, Dion, but didn't get all of Fleischauer. Zachary Martin to the backhand save made Sitwer. Final 55 seconds in the second period. Scott Whitbeck slamming on the brakes. Whitbeck feeds in front, pad save, Logan Keel. Jack Keel. And icing, Jack Keel. Whitbeck drew the play, but Keel stood tall in the end. Connolly, some 40. Those two in close quarters. Over the net, it almost got flipped in front. Wow! A near impossible magic trick almost succeeding for the Thunderbirds. Take another look. Off the net, picks it up lacrosse style, flipped it back in front. And if only there was someone there in front for the Thunderbirds, that could have been spectacular. I think we've seen at least two teams try that this year, the other one being the St. Anthony's Friars in their first head-to-head matchup with Smithtown back in September. On to the third period, 2-0 Middle Country, right here on LI Sports Network. 15 more minutes of hard-nosed, old-school hockey. And we'll get to more on the latest with the Thunderbirds' defensive situation as Middle Country gets another chance in front, but it couldn't be finished off. Aiden Asmoon charging in the zone with another chance. Asmoon slamming on the brakes. Asmoon feeds it back to the point. Robertson in close quarters with Asmoon. Another chance in front. And it just gets sent wide by Golot. Asmoon located in the corner. Around the boards it goes. Jonathan Robertson throws the hit on Treco. Golot again. Trying to connect ahead as play is stopped. And here is more on that Thunderbirds situation, which is a result of the end of the game extracurriculars between them and the SCHSHL Hockey Club last Wednesday, which saw both Matteo Marchese, the captain of the Thunderbirds, and George Vadyak being assessed 5-minute major fighting and game misconduct penalties. And because of that, they were suspended, along with SCHSHL Hockey Club's Nicholas Ciani and George Calbera. And obviously, it makes sense for why those four will not be in the lineup for their teams tonight. And the loss of Marchese and Vadyak has really affected with how this hockey game has gone for the Thunderbirds so far tonight. As Middle Country continues to get numerous chances, minute by minute, on net. Not to mention, they lead 2-0. And that is all I have to say in regards to summarizing the events from last week. And now that you're all caught up to speed, this is a chance in front as the Cougars remain focused, trying to get another goal to make this a 3-0 hockey game. And for Michael Sittler, it's a performance. Well, although he's been somewhat quiet tonight with the Thunderbirds failing to execute, Michael Sittler aiming for a big win that would overshadow the performance he had on Monday night. Despite some fantastic moments in goal, the Cougars fell to the Chiefs by 3. Obviously for Sittler, those moments in net obviously weren't going to be remembered, as it was the win that was always what he wants. And here tonight, he's looking for that as that one bounces off the glove of Sittler, and it's further sauced out of the zone by the Cougars. They'll go for the icing. Off the draw, Asmoon trying to fly back in. Here he comes with speed. Asmuth slamming on the brakes, firing one just over the glove of Keel. Hot into the zone. Dion taking the task heavily in front of the Thunderbirds bench by Keel. Those two have been battling all night long as this one gets sent in front. But it'll be further carried out by the Thunderbirds. Moving back in the zone. Logan Keel. Keel trying to fight off multiple attackers. So he gets hit off the puck there again by Dion. Robertson trying to twist this one ahead. Jonathan Robertson. As Mercado tries to get by everyone. Here comes Connor Dion with it again. Dion settling things down. Cougars trying to get out of the zone. Snyder with the keep. Intercepted again by Robertson, who gets it ahead, and it'll be shot in further by Asmoon, and it almost got played difficultly by Keel. Played that one rather difficultly. And it almost benefited the Cougars. Here comes Middle Country again. Dion gets by Snyder. Connor Dion held up there. Another penalty. This one, however, will be against Connetquot Sayville. It's their second of the night, and both teams have 2 power plays each. That's if the Cougars don't score here. 6-on-5 for the time being. Everyone's spread out. As the Cougars try to use this moment to their own advantage. Wiping plays it off the glass. Schuerman back to Hoffler. Around the wall, Dion receives it. Connecting with Asmoon, and back the other way. 3-on-2 chance, maybe a 4-on-2. Asmoon in front, just sent wildly across as he almost connected with a man on the far wing. Over a minute gone by in this delayed penalty, with the Thunderbirds yet to touching the puck. With the Thunderbirds who have yet to touch the puck. A sight to behold, ladies and gentlemen. Dion off the boards, and finally, the whistle is blown. In all my eyes of calling hockey games and watching hockey games, I don't think I've seen that before. Well, I think it's happened multiple times at the NHL level and other levels, but for this, it's something you just don't really see as much. But nevertheless, Middle Country reactivating the power play units as they look to put home a 3rd goal here tonight. And so Zachary Martin will remain in the box for the next 2 minutes as we get another draw here. Howard against Fleischauer. Initially, it was going to be Howard against Connolly before Connolly got kicked out of the faceoff time. Immediate clear made by the Thunderbirds. Kolb. Swiftly getting by Connolly. Almost connecting with Paridi as this one has to be recollected in the deep end by Whitbeck. Kolb, Whitbeck, over it goes. Quinones. Devin Quinones pops it off the boards. Here comes Devin Quinones with the possession. Quinones trying to charge up here. Devin Quinones. Under heavy pressure there is Mercado, and the Thunderbirds able to cancel him out, but they can't clear it out. Kolb with the keep in front, another chance, score! Devin Quinones, power play goal, and it's 3-0 Middle Country. And you knew at some point this was going to happen, a timeout by George Vadyak and the Thunderbirds. And as I previously stated, the loss and absence of both Matteo Marchesi and George Vadyak has affected this Thunderbirds team enormously tonight. So you had a feeling the Cougars were going to have the slight advantage. And here they are, with 8 minutes remaining in the contest, up 3-0. Goals by David O'Brien, his 4th of the season. Jaden Paridi, his 2nd of the year, his 2nd of the season, and now scoring on the man advantage for his 4th goal of the year, his 2nd on the power play, David O'Brien. It is Middle Country taking over. They're doing it by making a statement. This is not the same team that played the first time around. It's a totally new and revamped, motivated, and defiant, aggressive Cougars bunch who has made their presence felt amongst all the teams in the varsity division this year. Chipped in front, couldn't get it on goal, and some 40 spun it wide. McGee looking to locate it there as Esposito plays it down low. Esposito keeping it in the zone with a chance just wide of the net. And although Middle Country leads 3-0 as we have players piling up in front of the net, as a result of Jonathan Robertson and Jackson Tumforti battling for position, we get a penalty called and some post-whistle chattering between Robertson and Tumforti, and more frustration. And it's starting to show for the Thunderbirds, and this is a team that can't allow their players to lose their cool, because you saw what happened last week. And obviously that, fortunately, came at the end of the game, but because of how violent, with what transpired, how violent it was, it ultimately put the Thunderbirds in a disadvantage, with Matteo Marchesi and George Vadyak being suspended. As a result of that, as that one almost got tipped home in front by David O'Brien. Big chance denied there by Keel on Schuerman. And obviously we know that Marchesi was at the forefront of it, but we do not have an idea of how many games those two will miss together. But we do have an idea of the perpetrator of that whole event, with Nicholas Ciani instigating that brouhaha at the end. We know that he was going to be probably missing most of the action further down the road, as that team will have a rematch tonight against St. Anthony's when this one concludes right here on LI Sports Network, as the Cougars try to capitalize on this latest power play. Hoffler, look at the moves. Luke Hoffler just missing there. Whitbeck and Hoffler in close quarters. This one gets spun back along the wall and down low. Schurman tries to control it. Schurman back up on his feet as he was knocked down by Judd. O'Brien feeds it back to the point. Robertson at the top, chips it in front, and it couldn't be deflected home there. Whitbeck still on the attack. Half a minute to go on the man advantage as we approach the final 5 minutes of play in the third. Long stretch in front, and it gets canceled out. Very close from it being 4-0 for the Cougars. 15 seconds to go on this 5-on-4. Robertson across. Asmoon fires. Pad save. Keel. O'Brien protecting. Back to the point. Asmoon through traffic over the glove of Keel, and that will do it for the power play as this one gets dumped in for icing. 4.5 remaining in regulation. Deflection in front, loose, scramble, kept out! The paddle of the stick of Jack Keel keeps the Thunderbirds in this one. Connolly, just wide, rebound off the boards. Another chance, DeLucci saves Sittler, rebound, scramble in front. Another chance at the top, Esposito blocked there by Schnepp. One player shoved on top of another, and now we have chaos in the zone. Pushing and shoving, and we'll see what comes out of this. And back to the box, Tom 40 goes. Fourth power play for the Cougars. Tie up on the draw. Kolb. Asmoon moves down low to try to get it. Quinones positioned at the point, alongside with Dion. Asmoon in the right dot. Quinones. Stretch feed wouldn't go there with Schurman. Dion another chance, just wide. Rebound, Asmoon. Can't chip it back in front as it gets stuck behind the net. One player cross-checks from behind. It was Esposito on the receiving end of that. He drew the penalty, and this will negate the power play for Middle Country and put the Thunderbirds even once again with the Cougars. To Aiden Asmoon. One of the more skilled players on this Middle Country squad takes the penalty. He sits for the next 2 minutes as the Thunderbirds try to work their way to a big goal. This one gets fended off the body of Sittler. Fleischauer trying to dance his way to a goal. He's held off there by Hoffler. Quinones chips this one out of the zone. Dion with the block. Dion progressing. Dion slamming on the brakes. Dion muscled into the wall. Dion attempting to protect. Dion got it in front. Goal! Off the mask of Kiel and out of play. The 2-minute warning approaches imminently. Kolb over to Leipy. Leipy down low, goal on. Hoffler, Kiel. Now Mercado trying to spring ahead. Jack Mercado. Connolly in tow. Mercado battling there. Kiel trying to get it over to Mercado. Everyone coming together along the wall. Mercado calling for the feed. Through traffic, and it just gets tipped wide by Fleischauer, who gets hounded in the end boards there. Fleischauer again. Thunderbirds have the power play for the next 20 seconds. Flipped over in front, no one home there. Another designed play, well thought out by Fleischauer, but it could not be executed perfectly. Jun, one-timer, Mercado fanned on it, got lost in his legs. Fleischauer, as we're back to 5-on-5, Kiel scores! Logan Kiel finally puts one in the back of the net, and that's his second goal of the season. 3-1. We patiently await for the Thunderbirds. They'll get desperate in a matter of moments with Kiel ready to storm to the Thunderbirds bench for the extra attacker. Icing is called, and this will do it for Kiel, and this will make it a 6-on-5 for the Thunderbirds. Lethal six-pack on the ice for Connetquot Sayville. As they try to strike once again. Multiple chances in front, thwarted off by Sittler. Kiel with 55 seconds to go. Sauces it across from 40, fanned on the one-timer. In front, Birdie trying to stuff it home. He's pushed up against the boards. Back at the point, Chun. As this one gets deflected off a stick. Thunderbirds can't keep it in the zone. Empty net in sight. Aiden Asmoon, bullseye. Number 5 for Aiden Asmoon. It's 4-1. 5 seconds to go. The Cougar Crazies are alive and well. Middle Country takes down Connetquot Sayville 4-1 in the rematch. And there's one more that needs to be settled down the road. Handshakes and positive pleasantries culminate a very physical and hard-fought matchup. With one team going home and heading into the long break with a victory, a much-needed victory with significant proportions on the horizon. Middle Country now 3-9 as they try to climb back in that 8th place spot, and that will help for sure. But it's West Islip who continues to stay put with a record of 3-8, just one better than Middle Country. Now 3-9. Michael Sitwer gets redemption, goes home with the win, while Connetquot Sayville, Bayport's Blue Points, suffers their 6th loss of the year. Their record now 6-6, and on the verge of falling below 500. That will do it for us. The first of one ending here. We got one more to take care of before we get Thanksgiving started. It's Sachem St. Anthony's right around the corner, right here on LI Sports Network.